Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a tool that, let's be honest, has probably completely taken over your workflow. Yep, we're talking about ChatGPT. Now, you might use it every single day for coding, writing emails, or just bouncing around ideas. But understanding what is actually happening behind that screen, well, that's a totally different story. So let's decode the mechanics, shatter a few misconceptions, and really look at the true potential of this fascinating technology. So right out of the gate, we got to address the giant elephant in the room. When you type a prompt into ChatGPT and it shoots back this beautifully written, perfectly structured answer, it is so incredibly easy to assume there's this little digital brain in there, right? Just mulling over your question. We start wondering, is it intelligent like a human? Does it think for itself? It's a completely natural human reaction to assign human qualities to something that talks to us so naturally. But the answer to this question, does it actually think, is going to completely change how you view this tool. And to understand why, we need to take a look under the hood. All right, section 1, the engine room, how it works. Let's peel back the interface for a second. At its absolute core, ChatGPT, which was developed by OpenAI, is what we call an AI language model, and its entire foundation is built on one very simple thing: text. I'm talking mountains and mountains of text. You see, ChatGPT isn't sitting in a classroom being taught facts like a student. Instead, it's been trained on just massive amounts of publicly available stuff: books, articles, websites, you name it. By ingesting all of this data, its primary job is simply to identify patterns within human language. It looks at how words relate to each other, how sentences are built, and how we communicate across billions of examples. Okay, so what actually happens when you hit enter? Well, it's basically a rapid three-step process. Step 1, you ask a question. Step 2, the AI instantly analyzes your prompt and recognizes the language patterns based on all that training data it ingested. And step 3, and honestly this is the magic part right here, it predicts the most likely next word. It's not thinking like a human. It is essentially a highly advanced prediction engine. It isn't pulling up a stored file or remembering a fact. It's mathematically calculating word by word what should come next, based on the patterns it learned. And it does this incredibly fast, running billions, literally billions, of calculations behind the scenes in just a matter of seconds. Let's look at a really simple example to put that into perspective. Say you ask, what is the capital of Pakistan? When ChatGPT sees this, it doesn't know the answer the way you or I do. What happens is the system recognizes the statistical pattern of those specific words appearing together. Because it has scanned so much text, it calculates that the word most likely to follow the phrase, the capital of Pakistan is Islamabad. It generates the answer purely through recognizing that pattern and predicting the next word. It is an amazing feat of computation, for sure, but it's not human cognition. Moving on to section 2, breaking the illusion, myth versus reality. Because the output of this prediction engine is so convincing, there are some really massive misconceptions floating around. A lot of folks think it understands everything, like it thinks or feels or actually possesses some kind of consciousness. People literally argue with it like it has opinions, emotions, or personal life experiences. But the reality is completely different. It does absolutely none of those things. It just identifies patterns in language and generates responses that are mathematically likely to be helpful to you. It's basically a highly complex mirror, reflecting human language back at us, not a conscious being. All right, section 3, the ultimate digital tool belt, use cases. So, if it doesn't think or feel, why is ChatGPT such a huge game changer? Why is everyone talking about it? Well, because mastering human language means it can do a staggering amount of stuff. We're talking writing full articles, generating professional emails in seconds. It can outline entire business plans, help you with complex programming, summarize massive boring documents into bite-sized summaries, translate languages, answer questions, and even assist with brainstorming creative projects. I mean, the list goes on. It is an absolute powerhouse for productivity. This versatility makes it act like a digital Swiss Army knife across so many different industries. Think about it. Businesses are using it to massively boost everyday productivity. Students are using it as an interactive learning tool to break down really complex subjects. Content creators are relying on it to brainstorm fresh ideas and outline scripts. And software developers, they're using it to debug and significantly speed up their coding. Really, no matter what field you are in, there is a practical way to use this technology in your daily workflow. Now for section 4, the guardrails, flaws and limitations. And this is a massive but, guys, we have to talk about the guardrails. Because ChatGPT is just predicting words. It is absolutely not perfect. And treating it like it is can get you into serious trouble. There are three huge limitations you've got to keep in mind. First, sometimes it can give you entirely incorrect information. Remember, it doesn't know facts, it just predicts words. Second, it might completely misunderstand the context of your question. And third, which honestly is the most dangerous one, it sounds incredibly confident, even when it is completely wrong. Because it's designed to mimic authoritative human text, it will hand you a totally false answer with the exact same professional, assured tone as a completely factual one. And that brings us to a crucial two-word phrase you have to remember whenever you use an AI language model. Confidently wrong. Because of this flaw, you must always verify important information before relying on it. You cannot just blindly copy and paste what it gives you. You have to be the human in the loop. You provide the oversight, you check the facts, and you use the AI as a helpful assistant, not an absolute authority. Which brings us to Section 5, the future. AI as a life skill. Understanding this technology right now is just so vital. As our source material perfectly puts it, learning AI today is not just a technical skill, it is becoming a life skill. As this tech rapidly advances, tools like ChatGPT are only going to get more capable and more deeply baked into our daily lives. The future really belongs to people who understand how to use AI effectively. By knowing its mechanics, that it's a pattern-matching prediction engine, and by knowing its limitations, you are empowering yourself to use it as a true productivity multiplier. So, I will leave you with this one final question. Are you ready to master the tool of the future? Now that we've decoded the mechanics, shattered the myths, and laid out both the massive potential and the necessary guardrails, you've got the foundation you need. There's an entire world of AI tools, automation, and opportunities out there waiting to be explored. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this explainer today. Keep exploring, and I will catch you in the next one.